Hi, it's Kathy from Bishopstone Yarns, and today it is the first day of Tour de Fleece. So I have fixed my major craft. Well, hopefully it's all fixed and raring to go. My new piece came and I put it on the wheel, and so hopefully it's all going to be spinning smoothly. I do have a backup wheel just in case anything goes wrong with this wheel. But my plan for the Tour de Fleece this year is to spin some rabbit that was gifted to me via our guild, our local hand weaver spinners and dyers guild. And so I have a little bag here full of different bits and pieces of bags of Angora. So I thought what I might try and do, at least just start, is try and find some that are 2 bags each of very similar kind of coloured fleece, and I'm just going to spin one onto one bobbin, one onto another bobbin and apply it. I think I spend a lot of time thinking about whether or not I'm going to blend some of these. I do have some white in here as well, so maybe I might do a mix of both, like doing 2 plies of Angora and plying it, and then I might do 1 ply of Angora and 1 ply of straight wool and then ply those 2 together. I don't know, see how we go. I'll just play it by ear. But at the beginning, I will just start off with these 2 bags, I think, and see how we go. I haven't even really looked to see how long the staples are or what I've got going in here. Hopefully, oh yes, look, I mean, that's looking okay. Hopefully I should be able to spin some of this, hopefully, just straight from the bag. That is my hope. I haven't processed it. I haven't done anything to it. We'll just start with spinning it from the bag and see how we go. If that doesn't work, I might have to go off and use my carders and do a bit of preparation. Now, I think the hardest thing is going to be starting this off, trying to join this and actually get it going onto the leader, or attaching to the leader might be the hardest bit. Let's see how we go here. It's been quite a while since I have spun rabbit. I used to have a rabbit, an Angora rabbit, called Smokey, who was a lovely grey colour, who actually I got from a lady that I knew who bred Angora rabbits, and she was downsizing. So she gifted me one of her rabbits, which became, well, it was an inside rabbit, of course. It was like a hutched inside rabbit that was as a pet as well for my my middle child. So it was kind of a dual purpose, so he could have it as a pet and I could also spin his fur. He was a bit of a grumpy old rabbit. Before we had him, I used to think rabbits were just sweet little quiet things that just kind of were happy all the time, but this one, he was quite often grumpy, and he would quite often wait until everybody went to bed at night time, and then he would suddenly, as soon as the house was quiet, he would start throwing his food bowl around his hutch, which was in the lounge room, and he would start throwing his toys around in there, making as much noise as he possibly could, just because we'd all gone to bed. And yeah, he was very good at making lots of noise as soon as it got dark. So far so good. This seems to be spinning up quite nicely. So I think what I'll do is I'll just continue on with this. Now, for those of you who don't know, I've been talking about rabbits because this is Angora rabbit fur. So it is not like the Angora goat This is Angora rabbit, and this is, well, I was going to say, my Angora, I used to pluck my Angora in terms of he was, Angoras will shed. As the year goes on, they kind of will shed their fur, and so to stop them from getting all matted and everything, you just kind of either use a brush and just kind of comb it out gently, or you can pluck it. These ones here look very much like they have been clipped with some scissors, which some people do. I never clipped my rabbit. I just used to, I used to just wait till he was molting and then just kind of take those little molted bits off. But I guess it doesn't really matter which way you do it, I don't think. It's just the length of the staple, because you want to have a nice kind of length of staple to be able to spin it. Otherwise it gets a very short fibre, and short fibres, well, the shorter the fibre the harder it is to spin, until it gets to a point where it's really not worth the effort of trying to spin something together when you've only got really, really short fibres. So be interested to see anyone else out there who is doing the tour, what you're doing, what you're spinning, if you've spun any rabbit. It'd be interesting to see if there's anyone else out there who's spinning rabbit at the moment as well. And sorry, I was just teasing that out a bit. There was just a little bit of a lump there, and that's because I hadn't prepared it. If I had used my hand cards and just prepared it, then I wouldn't have to worry about little matted bits and things. But because I've got so many bags of this, at this point in time, I'm not feeling the need to actually go out and hand prepare it in with a carder. Mind you, having said that, I often will just spin raw fleece if I can, straight from the fleece. You know, it depends what it is. I guess if I've got something that really needs to be prepared and carded, and I mean, things spin up so much easier, of course, once they've been prepared nicely and evenly. I just get a bit lazy. Since I've been spinning for so long, I would not suggest for anyone who is starting to spin or has never spun rabbit before, or any other sort of non-wool based fibre, to just do what I'm doing, simply because, you know, it's a better way to do it is to prepare it first. So I might just finish doing this little bit and then I'll stop and continue on. I might see how far I get today, and then if I manage to get a little bit more done, then I will do a quick video at the end here to add on to show you how much I've done so far. It has been a busy day. I've been out, and it has been really, really cold today here in Tasmania. So for those of you who don't know, Tasmania is a little island to the south of Australia, and it was very, very cold this morning, and snow on the top of the mountain, and very, very fresh is probably the best way. The wind was very fresh as well. But the first thing this morning when I took my dog for a walk, there were lots and lots of birds around. I tried to get some footage of that. I will see if I'm able to put that in at the end. I haven't had a look to see. It's very hard to get footage of. There was flocks and flocks of galahs just flying around, having a great time. But of course, every time I went to film them, they were either not in shot or they were moving around too quickly. So I'll see what I've got. If I've got anything there, I can just pop it in the end. Yes, but for the moment, I'm going to continue this spinning and see what I can put in at the end. If not, I will probably see you tomorrow. I don't know that I'm going to video every single day. I might just add a couple of days together. Otherwise it gets a little bit repetitive, but we'll see. I might do some really short videos and just pop them in, but we'll see how we go. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the tour if you're doing it, and I will be back soon. Here is the finished spin for today. So that's my bit of Angora kind of spinning for day 1 of Tour de Fleece. And I will catch you all later. Bye.